Hi, it's Jan Johnson, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really glad that you did. And today what I'm going to talk to you about is residual and the importance of concentrating on that word. First of all, I hear so much, and I've said this over and over again, people talking about the fast money, and when you bring somebody into the business and help them get a couple customers, you make fast money doing that, how fast you can make all this money. When residual is where it's at, building an income that will come into you over and over and over again in the future because you stick with something and create a long-term residual is really important. Now you understand residual because you're in the industry and you hear it from your upline, you hear it from the conference calls, the webinars, the meetings that you go to, and you have residual ingrained in you. But a lot of people don't really have that word or that term ingrained in them the way that you do. So what you have to do is point it out to them in the form of a story. And the way that I suggest that you do this is, first of all, if you don't know what they do for a living, find out when you're in conversation with them. It's really good to always ask people what they do anyway when you're just meeting them. And then keep that in your mind when you meet them again or you're talking whatever. Let's just say someone's a realtor. And so you can share with them in terms of what you do without going into the big whole presentation about your product or anything in terms of what you do. You can say, okay, I want to talk about residual income. You make money when you sell a house, right? They'll say, right. And it takes a lot of work, right? I mean, you have to place the ad, you have to get the buyer and drive them around to a whole bunch of houses on Sundays and evenings when you'd rather be with your family. Then you've got to get all the paperwork together and negotiate the sale back and forth between the seller. And then you also have to negotiate all the things that happen in the process. Finally, you get to a closing and you sell the house and you made a commission check, right? And they're going to appreciate the fact that you have acknowledged what they go through. And they'll say, yeah, right. Say, now wouldn't it be great if every time that person that you sold the house to walked in and out of that house, you got a little check? Every time they open the front door and close it or open the garage door and close it, you got a little check, a little residual? Yeah, that's not going to happen. But wouldn't it be great if it did? Because you did one thing right the first time. And now every time that person utilized it, went out that door, you made some money. That's residual. And think about all the people you've sold houses to this point in time, whether listed them and sold them or sold them through the seller or whatever. If every time they went out the front door and you made a little money, you'd be making some money monthly, right? And you could count on that because you don't make money now unless you sell another house. Now you can use that in any scenario. What if you're talking to an electrician and you talk to them about the lights that they install in a home? Now wouldn't it be great if every time someone came in and flipped on the lights they made a little percentage? And how about a beautician? Every time that person brushed their hair, blew dry their hair, and they made a little percentage. Wouldn't that be great? How awesome would that be? What about a plumber? Every time someone flushed the toilet that they had installed, they made a little check. Now you're making people think about what they do and how they have to do it over and over and over again before they make money again. And you have something different to offer. Then I'll flip and take them to example of people who write books. They write one book and then every time it gets sold, they make money from that. Musicians, they record one song and every time it gets played, they make money from that. Ask them, are you a writer, a musician? Are you a trust fund person that has parents or grandparents that are paying you a monthly check every month? No. Well, we've got something where you can learn and then you can build a residual because every time someone buys the products and uses the products that you recommended that are great or the service that is great, you're going to get paid on that month after month after month. How awesome is that? That's what residual is. Pound it in their head. Don't gloss over it. You hear the stories all the time. They don't. So this is a really good way to talk about it. And you haven't even talked about the business you're in yet. Isn't that awesome? Hope this video helped you. If it did, please comment and share. Thanks a lot.